I just want to make sure, okay?
And this is her mom,
Oh, this is my mother,
introduce-
Mrs. Henry.
Okay.
Mrs. Henry.
Yes, and I'm Wileen Danley with Affordable Property Management.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Lance, we're here for Ms. Lance because of because of the, let me get it straight now. The number of occupancy she's under occupied, her unit, she's in a 3-bedroom at 1901 West 59th Street, apartment 3A. And
Yeah, I know why we're here.
she's the only one that's occupying the unit. We requested that Ms. Lance be transferred to a 1-bedroom
Yeah.
based on the number of people that's in her house.
So Ms. Lyons, you requested the meeting, my understanding?
No,
You didn't request this meeting?
no.
Oh, okay.
What happened was they sent me a letter in regards to my occupancy status stating that I was overhoused, saying that I was the only person in my unit. We've had 2 meetings before with the same outcome. We had went through this. There's letters of backup, emails, where I was allowed to put my nephew and Lawrence Williams on my lease, which took up the other bedroom. Since I'm disabled, I'm allowed to have a caregiver. At the previous meeting was Miss Morris and Miss Wileen. I was supposed to bring the paperwork with me, that all identifications, and I did. The lease was never changed. I filmed it. The lease was never changed.
You filmed it,
The
I
peop-
know, but if you, well, then give it, you haven't brought me anything. I mean, and I know we've discussed this.
Well, the other
They-
part of it is, that has nothing to do with you. If you're saying that you need a live-in aid,
Mm-hmm.
that has nothing to do with it. That live-in aid can live with you in the 1-bedroom. So that doesn't change the fact that you're overhoused in that 3-bedroom. So it doesn't
Okay.
change the fact. So whether if you brought the paperwork then and they say they didn't get it, you can definitely bring the paperwork back. But it still
They
has,
wouldn't
it
even
still
change the
has,
lease. Okay.
it still has nothing to do with, if he's a live-in aid, you also need to, there's other documentation that's required from the doctor that says you need a live-in aid.
And also
They
my
also
nephew.
need that too. So the live-in aid has nothing to do with being in the 3-bedroom versus the 1-bedroom. It's still the same because they're not
Okay.
considered an occupant. They're considered a live-in aid, and so both of you can go to the 1-bedroom.
Okay. And then my nephew that lives with me.
Let me clarify that I have not received any documents from Ms. Lance at all in regards to anyone, requesting anyone to live with her.
I have letters. Sent a letter. I sent emails. It has been done. Ain't no sense arguing a point. I can prove
No,
it.
there's no point in arguing about it.
I can prove it. And I also talked to Miss Susan O'Neill, and she said that as long as I have the documentation, it should be fine. We done been through this 3 times where it was discussed with HUD back and forth, I don't know who, and it was told they was going to leave me alone. But they come every 3 months. And we have a meeting, and this is the first time you guys been here, from Interfaith Housing on Claire's Village, Supportive Services. But I didn't request a meeting because I already sent a letter stating that I feel I was in my rights to stay in my unit since it was supposed to be permanent housing, and I don't feel the right I should have to move. If that being the case and I do have to move to a 1-bedroom unit, I requested reasonable housing, and this facility here at 2115 with my heart condition, my medical conditions, and my mental conditions, for me, would not be considered reasonable housing from the way it's structured. So I've asked also for 3 years to be transferred up out of Claire's Village.
Well, first of all, your subsidy doesn't travel with you. It stays with the building. So it's what they call project-based subsidy.
Okay.
So it stays with the building. So you're free to move out of Claire's Village on your own, but the subsidy stays with the building. That's
Okay,
the first thing you
but
need to
there
understand.
are other shelter plus care programs which supposed to be services supposed to be able to
And
transfer
you are
you
free
to.
to apply for any of those that you like.
Okay.
And that doesn't have anything to do with us. You can go to any building that has shelter plus care and apply for it and get on its waiting list. The subsidy that goes with your apartment or any apartment here stays at this
I
building.
do realize
So
that.
you are free to move.
I do realize that.
Our position is you're one person in a 3-bedroom. A 3-bedroom is designed for a family of a certain size, And if you're saying that you have to have a live-in aid, then there's documentation that has to be filled out, and your live-in aid can move into the one-bedroom with you.
Also, my nephew lives with me.
You still have to provide all of that documentation.
I have it. That's no problem.
Well, Ms. Lansing, last time we talked, you know, we gave you a period of time to submit the information. If
Oh,
you
no,
had
you
it, I
didn't.
wish you had brought it today so we could all see it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything. HUD hasn't seen anything. Ms. Morris hasn't seen anything. Based on the letter that the last letter you submitted, you complained about social services, that you weren't getting any services from social services. So that's why they're here today, to substantiate what they've offered you in the past. And, you know, this is just going around in a circle.
Yeah.
I do
So-
realize that, Ms. Marlene. At the last meeting, that is not what you stated. As a matter of fact, to my understanding, you sent the letter to HUD stating that I was belligerent, irate,
No one sent a letter to
unreasonable,
HUD. Only person
email.
The only person that
Okay.
sent a letter to HUD is us.
Okay, that's
Okay.
what the email was told to me, and I talked to the supportive service and went down there and brought them the DVD from the last meeting. That is, the last meeting was
When you
we
say
gonna
supportive services, who are you talking about?
family planning
Oh, okay.
down at HUD.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that documentation was never my problem.
Okay.
I've always
Well,
had
this is where we
documentation.
are.
I can't make them
This is where
add
we
someone
are.
to my lease.
This is where we are. As long as we do not have the paperwork, you have not submitted the paperwork, I don't see why
They
Ms.
wouldn't
Morris
take
or
the
Ms.
paperwork
Dowling.
last time.
I don't.
So, excuse me,
Can
I
finish,
don't cut
please?
you out.
Yeah, let me finish though.
Okay.
Because as far as I'm concerned, it's either one or the other.
All right.
As long as Ms. Morris and Ms. Dowling does not have the paperwork, you claim you brought it, they say they didn't. Fortunately, everybody's been involved with this. Myself, we kind of all know what's going along the way. We kind of all know what's happening, including HUD and the city. Everybody knows exactly what the situation is. No one has seen your paperwork. No one knows anything about the nephew. No one knows anything about the other person. And it really doesn't matter. Our position is you need to transfer. If you've got conditions, you say, that actually this building is better for you because it has an elevator and services are easily at your disposal than at the 3-bedroom, 6-flat.
Actually-
That is Interfaith's position.
Okay.
We've held a unit for you for 3-4 months right now, and we would appreciate it if you would give us a date that you're going to transfer into the unit. If you do not want to live at Clares Village, that is your choice, and you are free to move and apply for any Shelter Plus Care building you want to in the city of Chicago. This subsidy does not move with you.
Okay.
I have talked to HUD. They are very aware of this meeting, and they are very aware of our position. And yes, as soon as we leave here, we will inform HUD that we had the meeting with you. So really, the decision is yours. Either you're going to move into the 1-bedroom or you're not. It's your decision. But our decision is pretty much the same.
Okay.
We say you have to go to a 1-bedroom because of your family size. Live-in aid or not, that does not bear on how many bedrooms you have. That is not considered family size. And that's pretty much the rules on this stuff. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I have to say, once again, since this building, I've supplied documentation. I brought it with me. I didn't bring it with me this time. I want to make that clear because we didn't have these meetings more than once, and I sent a letter. I prefer to go to court because keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome is insane. And I'm tired. I'm tired of being harassed. I'm just plain tired. And as far as me being overhoused, I don't think that's possible. I believe in fair treatment. I do not want to live in this facility because, like you said, this facility, you might have an elevator and all that, but it's locked up and it's too much crime and what have you not in this facility. I can't live like that. I can't live not being able to go into my unit without being buzzed in twice. You got to leave state IDs, all your visitors at the front desk. Not show them, but leave them. I don't want to live over here.
Okay. That's your choice.
It's just,
You don't
that's
have to.
my choice.
You don't have to.
And to me, this is not reasonable housing. And it was my understanding that since I'm in the Shelter Plus Care, that they would find me another program and help me transition over into that program. But you're saying that's not what you guys have to do.
I'm saying
So,
that you are allowed to apply for any Shelter Plus Care program that you want to,
okay.
okay? Or any building in the city of Chicago that has it, you are free to go do that,
All right.
okay? What we're offering you is something that's appropriate
It's
we
not
think
appropriate
what
for
we
me.
believe is appropriate for you.
Okay, I can prove that it's not appropriate.
That's fine.
I said that in my letter.
Okay.
You know, I know your standpoint on this, not you at Interfaith Housing, but I heard it from Ms. Morris. Everything I bring, they choose to ignore. So my thing was this, in my email I sent to them, I prefer to go to court because I feel I've been discriminated against, mistreated, harassed, I've been burglarized. I would prefer to go to court.
Okay.
I'll take my chances in court.
Okay.
I don't have no problem. I'm not scared. After all this, you can't live in peace. You guys have come after me every 3 months since I moved in 2008. And I would truly much, I don't think this should have happened to a disabled person. So I understand what you're telling me. And I have all my documentation and I'll send it over here just for stating the fact. But I would prefer if you take me to court.
The choice is yours.
The choice is mine. I prefer to go to court.
Okay. I think this meeting's over. We're
Did
done.
you have any comments? Did you all have any input?
Okay, we're done.
Okay.